Hello, this is Scholar Strack doing some math today. In Algebra 2, we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting rational expressions. So let's first, because they'll be closely resembling adding or subtracting fractions, when we add and subtract fractions, we need to have a lowest common denominator, or we need to find the lowest common multiple between the two denominators. So we look at 4 and 3. We look at multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. The lowest common multiple is 12. So, and then what we do is we change our fraction and multiply it by how much is required to get that denominator. So we get, so the first fraction, 3/4, we want the denominator to be 12, so we need to multiply both top and bottom by 3. So we'll get 9/12. And then we're going to look at the second fraction, 2/3. And to multiply that, we're going to multiply, to get the denominator to become 12, we're going to multiply it by 4. So I'll get 8/12. So I have 9/12 plus 8/12 equals 17/12. And then we get our answer. So just like with these rational expressions, we need a common denominator. It needs to be the same. If we don't, just multiply the denominators together. So let's do some examples here. So find the least common multiple. Well, this first one, if you're unsure on how to approach it, you can just multiply them together. And in this case, that's all you need to do. Part 2, you want to factor. So factor everything. So I'm going to pull out a 4. And I'm going to get x squared minus 16. X squared minus 16 is become x plus 4. Oh, sorry, wait. If I pull out a 4, I'll get x squared minus 4. And this is going to become 4x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay, that's my first number. Let's use my second number in a different color. So I'm going to pull out 6. And that'll be x squared minus 4x plus 4. And this will reduce to, or factor into, x plus 2, x minus 2, and I messed up on my first factor. X squared minus 4 goes into x plus 2, x minus, yeah. And this one in the red, I'm making so many mistakes here. This is going to be x minus 2 squared. Okay. So first we're going to look at the numbers. 4 and 6. They need to be the lowest common multiple between 4 and 6. So 4, 8, 12, 6, and 12. So it's going to be 12. Okay. And then with all this x stuff, you want to look at, see what they share. So they both share an x minus 2. Okay. And then, so they both share this. So I'm going to put it down. And then I'm going to put in whatever's missing. It's missing an x plus 2. And it's missing an extra x minus 2. And that is our answer. If you want to simplify it a little bit, this is x minus 2 squared times x plus 1. Okay, let's do another one, part 3. X minus 2, x plus 2, okay, so we have x minus 2 on the left, and then we have x plus 2, x minus 2 on the right. So they both share an x minus 2, so I'm going to put that down, and then I'm going to put whatever's missing, x plus 2. That is the lowest common multiple. Alright, combine each expression and state the restrictions. Okay, so these are the same denominator, so I can just subtract like normal. 2x minus 5 plus x over x plus 6. And we'll get 2x minus x, which is x minus 5 over x plus 6. And they want you to state the restrictions. That means what x cannot be. X cannot be whatever makes the denominator 0, because we cannot divide by 0, and that happens to be negative 6. If x is negative 6, we'll get 0 in the denominator, and that's undefined. I'm not allowed to do that. Part 2, again, same denominator here, so we just 7x plus 3x is 10x, 2 plus a negative 1 is a positive 1, and 4x on the bottom. X cannot be 0. Part 3, okay, they have different denominators, so we're going to find the lowest common multiple, which happens to be p times q. So 1 over pq. So let's look at 1 over p. So the lowest common multiple is pq. Okay, so we want our denominators to be p times q. So the first one is missing a q, and then the second one is missing a p. So just multiplying by what's missing. So I'll have q plus p over pq. Or qp, however way you want to do it. Number 4. Alright. Our denominator, 7 over 9x squared. So let's look at the denominators again and find the lowest common multiple. We have 9x squared, and we have 3x squared plus 3x. This factors down into 3x times x plus 3. Okay. So let's start working out what the lowest common multiple is. So we know that 3x can be multiplied into 9x squared by just multiplying another 3x. So I'm going to put down 9x squared. So that takes care of that and that. And what's left over is x plus 3. So this is my lowest common multiple. That's what my denominator needs to be. So we have 7 over 9x squared. Okay, what's missing is x plus 3. X plus 3. So this one is going to become 7 times x plus 3. So if I distribute here, 7x plus 21 over, and you just want to keep the bottom the same. Keep it factored and simplified. Okay, and then we're going to have our plus sign. So let's look at the other number. So we have x over 3x squared plus 3x. So that's just missing. So what is that missing? Okay, because we factored it into 3x, x plus 3. We need to make it look like our lowest common multiple, 9x squared times quantity x plus 3. So all that's missing is another 3x, because 3x times 3x is 9x squared. So I'm going to get 3x squared up top, and now we have our 9x squared x plus 3. Finally, now that they have the same denominator, we can add our like terms, and we'll get 3x squared, or we can add the numerators together. 3x squared plus 7x plus 21 is 9x squared, x plus 3. This factors into, let's see here, so I messed up. The lowest common multiple. What happens, so when factoring this, I forgot to factor out the 3. So this is going to be x plus 1. And I would only change our thing a little bit slightly. So if I change all the x plus 3s into x plus 1s. So 7 being distributed here, this would change this to 7. Which means this would be 7 right here. There we go. X plus 1. X plus 1. X plus 1. Now this cannot be simplified any further. X cannot be 0 or negative 1. Alright, let's go ahead and do number 5. And to do that, I'm going to erase this. Okay, so I'm doing number 5 now. Okay, so the first thing you do, look for your LCM, your lowest common multiple. So we have 10x squared. Can't do anything with that. But we can reduce the other one, or factor the other one. Okay, let's see if make sure to do it right this time. Pulling out 5x. That'll give me an x minus 2. Okay. So we're comparing these two numbers. LCM. 5x can go, so 5 can go into 10 twice. So we can have our lowest common multiple be 10, between 5 and 10, and then x and x squared, so x squared here, and then tack on whatever's left, x minus 2. That's our lowest common multiple. Okay, let's go about solving the problem now. So the first one, 3 10x squared. That is missing an x minus 2. So this is going to be 3x minus 6 over 10x squared, x minus 2. Okay, the next one, because we're subtracting now, so we have x plus 2 over 5x times the quantity x minus 2. Okay, lowest common multiple is 10x squared, so I need to multiply this by just another 2x to get the 10x squared. Okay, this is going to be distributed to these two, so I have 2x squared plus 4x over 10x squared, x minus 2. Have the same denominator now. So this becomes negative 2x squared, because remember this negative is applied to both of these. A 3x minus 4x is negative x. And then we're going to subtract 6. And then on the bottom, 10x squared, x minus 2. Can we simplify the top at all? And we cannot. So that is our answer. X cannot equal 0 or positive 2, because that would make the denominator 0. Okay, let's do some more. Number 6. Alright, number 6, we need to find an LCM. So we have 2x plus 2, which is 2 times x plus 1. Okay. And then we have the other number, x squared minus 4x plus 3. That factors into x minus 3, x minus 1. So my lowest common multiple is 2. So since they don't share anything, you're just going to have to multiply everything together. 2x plus 1, or 2 times the quantity x plus 1 times the quantity x minus 3 times the quantity x minus 1. So we need to convert our first fraction so that the denominator... So I'm going to multiply this one. So it has 2 times x plus 1. It's just missing x minus 3 and x minus 1. I would multiply that by that. And I would multiply this fraction by 2 times quantity x plus 1. What you do to the top or bottom, you must do to the top as well. And then after you multiply everything out, you subtract, and you'll get your answer. I'll leave that for you as a challenge, but if you want to know the answer, x cubed plus 2x squared plus x I think it's plus 2 divided by 2 times the quantity x plus 1, x minus 3, x minus 1. Oh, wait, no, this should be... Did I forget to pause the video? I hope not. Well, I forgot what this last number was. So let's move on to the next one. Complex fractions. It's just a fraction over a fraction. So we have x over 1 divided by that mess. So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta change the denominator into one fraction. So I'm just looking at 1 over p plus 1 over q. Okay, lowest common multiple is pq. So I will get q plus p over pq. Okay, so my problem is x divided by q plus p over pq. This remember, is x over 1 divided by q plus p over pq. We're dividing, so we change division to multiplication. Q plus p. So I have xpq over q plus p. Number 2. Gotta change the denominator, so we're looking at 1 over x plus 4 plus 2 over x. Lowest common multiple of the denominators is x times the quantity x plus 4. So I'm going to multiply the first one by x, and then the next one plus 2 times x plus 4. So we have x plus 2x plus 8, which becomes 3x plus 8 over x times quantity x plus 4. So this is what's in the denominator. And we're going to pull this guy. So divided by 5 over x plus 4. 5 over x plus 4 divided by that. Okay, now we're going to flip. Keep the first fraction the same. Multiply, flip the second fraction. Multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. Luckily, these will cancel. So I'm left with 5x over 3x plus 8. Alright, part D. Everything we've been doing. So this factors into 3 times the quantity x minus 3. And then this one factors into x plus 3, x minus 3. So the lowest common multiple, okay, we have the 3 out in front. They both share an x minus 3. And what's left is an x plus 3. So, first fraction, 7x, what's missing is an x plus 3. Okay. And I'm just going to call this the LCM at the moment to save some space. Okay, and then we're going to subtract. So we have x plus 4 up top, and that denominator was missing just 3. So now that the bottom is the same, we can subtract. Well, first we need to distribute. So we have 7x squared plus 21x minus 3x plus 12. Okay, and this is all over the lowest common multiple. So I'm going to get 7x squared plus 18x minus 12 over the LCM, which is 3 times quantity x plus 3, x minus 3. All right, let's do number 2. Oh, and I forgot all about the restrictions. So if you want to look at the restrictions, look at the denominators at the beginning. It's a lot easier. 3, so we had 3 times x minus 3. So x cannot be 3. And we had x plus 3, x minus 3 on the right. So x cannot be also negative 3. Alright, let's try number 2 now. So 2, so we're looking at 4x squared and 8x squared minus 12x. Left is already factored. So the right, I'm going to do 4, plot of 4x. This will give me 2x minus 3. Okay, so they both share a 4x, and then we tack on another one, and then what's left is 2x minus 3. Okay, so the first fraction, 8 over 4x squared, we need to multiply that both by 2x minus 3 to make it look like the LCM. Okay, this is going to give me 16x minus 24 over the LCM. Okay, the second fraction, 2 plus x, and this factored into 4x, 2x minus 3. What's missing here is just an x to become the LCM. So this is going to be x squared. What are we doing? Adding? X squared plus 2x over the LCM. Combine them together. And we're going to get x squared plus 18x minus 24 over 4x squared, 2x minus 3. And that's as far as we can go. Number 3. 3 is going to be pretty long. Oh, no, it's not. So we need to make the bottom part of the complex fraction one fraction. So we have the 8 over 5x, and then we're dividing by. So because those denominators are the same, we can just add them. X plus 1 plus 4 is x plus 5 over 15. Okay, since we're dividing, we're going to keep the first fraction the same, change it to multiplication, flip the second fraction, multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom, and we'll get, well, actually first, this changes to 1, 15 divided by 5 is 3, so I'll get 8 times 3, which is 24, over x squared, x times the quantity x plus 5, which becomes 24 over x squared plus 5x. And remember, x cannot equal 0, or x cannot equal negative 5. Number 4. So we have 5 over 2x. And we're going to look at the second fraction because it's a complex fraction. And we need to take care of that first. So we have 5 over 2x. So let's move that. Let's go ahead and look at the second fraction only. So we have 7 over x squared divided by 1 over 2x. This becomes 7 over x squared times 2x over 1. Because I'm keeping the first fraction the same and then flipping. And multiply straight across the top. 14x over x squared. 1x cancels, so we're left with 14 over x. So that's my second fraction. So I have 5 over 2x plus 14 over x. I need the lowest common multiple, but luckily, lowest common multiple between 2x and x is just 2x. So I'm going to multiply this one by 2. So I got 5 over 2x plus 28 over 2x. So I will get 33 over 2x, where x cannot be 0. Hopefully this helped you out. I know these take quite a while. Just persevere and work through them. Have a good day.